Good morning, everyone. Today we have with us Paransul and Rahul, who got intern offer from Amazon. Congratulations, both of you from our team Aim to Crack, and thank you for sharing your experience. So, tell us about the role for which you guys have got the offer.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, sir. I'm Rahul Sani. Along with me is Pranshul Gupta. We both are final year student of instrumentation and control at NIT Jalandhar. We both have been offered a 6 month software development engineering intern role at Amazon starting from January 2022.
So tell us what are the branches which are eligible to sit in this process, and approximately how many students have attempted the first round.
Sir, CSC, IT, EC, electrical and instrumentation. Basically, CS branches and circuital branches were allowed, and around 300 students were sitting in for this written test part.
Okay, so what is the eligibility criteria and how many rounds were there totally?
So all the students who have a CGPA more than 6.5 were eligible for the recruitment process. So, sir, there were a total of 3 rounds. The first one was a written test, written assessment, which included both coding questions as well as quantitative aptitude. And then there were 2 technical face-to-face interviews after that.
Okay,
And each round was an elimination round.
okay. All the rounds are elimination round, like
Yes.
technical round and then interview, first interview and second interview. Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about the written test, like how many sections were there, in which platform they have conducted, and how long it went.
Sir, so Amazon, like they have their own platform for this test, and there were the written tests were having 4 sections. First one being the debugging section, and in debugging section, like the code was provided us, and that contains some errors or like some increment of variable is missing in the for loop and something like that. And there was an expected output, like how the code is expected to perform. So we have to make the changes accordingly, and the code should work according to the expected output. In debugging question, we were given 20 minutes, and if a person is having good knowledge of it, it can be solved in within 10 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes.
Okay, all are like basic syntax only.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All are the basic questions.
Okay, so how many questions were there in that debugging round?
Sir, there were 7 questions.
So both of you have got 7 questions, or it varies from student to student?
No, sir, we both got the 7 debugging questions. And those questions were we have to remove errors or we have to add some line of code so that our output is according to the desired output.
Okay.
So these were the debugging section.
Okay. So what are the 2 programming questions you have got?
So my 2 programming questions were, the first one was the questions were something like in a very twisted manner. Both the questions were written in the form like Amazon shop. There is some Amazon shop and they are selling something.
Okay.
So my first question was, you have there is an Amazon shop and you have there is a shopkeeper and he's selling some products, and my job is to find out the maximum profit out of the orders out of all the orders. So
Okay.
it was basically a simple maxi problem, and there was given an array, and I just have to find out the maximum profit out of all the orders given to me. So it
Okay.
was an easy question. The second question I got was again something like on the same pattern. There is one shop, Amazon shop, and again there are orders. And this time, but I have to modify or I have to filter some products. For example, there are a number of products given to me in a form of array, and I have to filter m product IDs out of them.
Okay.
So those m product IDs were filtered according to some condition which was given in the question. So it was again an unordered map based question, and I was able to do this question within 20 minutes, and the first one was in less than 10 minutes.
Okay. So the total time duration for this round is how long it was?
So the coding questions, the time allotted to us was 70 minutes, but I was able to do it within 30 minutes.
Okay.
So, sir, in coding question, there were 2 questions, and the question were provided in quite twisted way. My first question was to find, like, it was quite twisted way, but when we simplify it down, then it was to find the binomial question, which is standard DP problem. And the second question was the sorting question. There were 6 to 7 condition given. According to that condition, we have to sort an array, and we have to return a particular item from an index from given indexes, from particular index A according to that sorted array.
Okay. So you can use any type of algorithm you want, and then it has to satisfy the given condition. That's the main
Yes,
criteria.
yes, sir. So we can use any kind of sorting algorithm. It's just that we need to get the answer, the desired output of that problem.
Okay. Okay. Fine then. So after this coding round, what are the other sections you have in written test?
So, sir, the next section was a work style assessment section, which included behavioral questions, such as there were around 30 to 35 questions in this round, and these was very small questions, like you have been given a condition or a situation, and and also every question included 5 options, such as you agree to this situation, or you strongly agree, or you strongly disagree, or you are at a moderate level.
Yeah.
So there were questions like you have been in some situation like your boss is not helping you out. So what will you do? So we'll just mark. I'll strongly disagree to that, or I will strongly agree to this situation. So there were simple
See,
questions.
that's quite a tricky question. What is the answer? In some places we cannot really openly say that, no.
Yes, sir.
See, if the
I agree
teacher
to
is
that.
not teaching properly, what you guys will do? You will complain to the HOD. You will keep quiet and study it on your own. So these type of questions we cannot really go to that side and go to this side also, no? Whether
Yes,
those
sir.
type of questions are there?
Yes, sir. Definitely, there were
Oh,
questions that were much trickier than this one also.
okay.
That one of your teammate is not working, will you report it to the boss or not? So you have to agree to this, or you disagree to this, you are moderate to this. So there were questions like this one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So how you have answered? Like you have answered what needs to be an answer, or
Initially, sir, I thought I should answer in the most perfect way in that what needs to be answered.
yeah.
But there were a lot of questions, like 40
Okay.
to 30, 35 questions. So at the end, I was just marking the correct option,
Which you feel
which
it
I was
correct.
thinking. Yes, sir. Initially,
Okay.
I was starting with the correct option.
Okay. Okay. Fine
Yes.
then. So this is third section. Like
Third
how
section.
long it went total minutes? Thir- 35
Around 15
questions?
minutes, 15 minutes, I think.
15 minutes.
15
Okay.
minutes.
No time limit on this section, so we can take as much time as we
Yes.
prefer on a
Okay.
particular question.
So all these rounds are one after other. So once you complete the first round, the second round will automatically start, or it will wait for some time and everybody will start at the same time.
So we
No.
can start when we prefer to start. Like each section, after the each section, we can start, but the order remains the same.
Okay. Third section is this. What is the fourth section?
So in fourth section, there was quantitative aptitude question, basic reasoning question, some English paragraph given, comprehension-based questions, and simple logical reasoning question that can be easily, like the difficulty level of them was easy to medium,
Okay.
and there were 24 questions and 35 minutes were given, which were quite enough.
Okay. So these are the four sections you have in the written test. So when you got the result,
8 to 9 days.
okay, after 8 to 9 days. So all of you have got the result at the same time. And how many students they have shortlisted out of
Uh,
around 200?
and they shortlisted around 90 to 95 students after this written test.
Okay. So what is the next step? And when the interview has been scheduled?
So next step was the face-to-face interview, and it was scheduled on 8th of November to the coding question.
Okay.
So the coding question which I got was to find the k most frequent words. Again, the language was a bit twisted, but the simplified version is like we have to find the k most frequent words in an array.
Okay.
And the question is quite simple. It is also present on the lead code, and I had also done it before. But here I used couple of data structures like unordered map, priority queue. So the interview also, like while asking the time complexity of the my code, so where I stated like unordered map would do the insertion part in order of one. So he went deep into an unordered map, like how would the unordered map's time complexity would be order of one, and he dived deep into the unordered map. Like he actually at the end he almost asked me the whole implementation of the unordered map.
Okay.
And then he moved to the priority queue. We discussed about a priority queue and how the priority queue works. And then after the interview was satisfied with my approach, he asked me to code it down. And after that, after I had coded my approach, we discussed couple of test cases and dry run it over my code, and they were running perfectly fine. After that, interviewer asked me why I have used unordered map instead of ordered map. Then I had to like explain the time complexity. Then he again moved why unordered map time complexity is order of one, and ordered maps time complexity is of log n. So I have to explain whole of the working and the STL I have used in that part.
Okay. So there was only one question. He has
Yes,
asked
sir.
completely all the concepts in that question.
Yes, sir. The things I have used, he dived deep into that, all the things I have used.
Okay, so it went for around 1 hour.
Yes, sir. Around 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes.
Okay, fine then. So Rahul, which question you have got in your round? I hope in your round also they have asked only one question.
No, sir. My round included two questions,
Okay.
and my interview started again with a brief introduction of mine. The interviewer was very helpful, and then he asked me to share my screen and open the coding platform tab. So I opened it, and one question was already posted on that link,
Okay.
and he asked me to think of some approach. So I read the question and I started working on my. I started using my pen and paper. The question was to find the equilibrium point in an array.
Okay.
So it is a standard question. You can find it on GFG or LeetCode. So I gave him one approach. After 4 to 5 minutes, I gave him one approach, but it was a space complex approach. It was using order of n space. So he liked my approach, but he asked me to optimize it. So I took another minute or two, and then I came with an optimal approach, which he liked, and he gave me another sample test cases for just to explain. Then I explained, I ran my approach on that sample test cases. Then he asked me to code it out. So I code it out, and then we dry run the code. I dry run the code along with the interview. So there was one mistake in my code, and he helped me to rectify that mistake
Okay.
indirectly, not directly. That you just change this line. He gave me one hint, and then I was able to rectify my mistake.
Okay.
And then he asked me the time complexity and the space complexity, and in this way, my first question was completed. But it took me around 40 minutes to complete this question. So he then gave me another question on that same coding link, and this question was from linked list data structure, and it is the question named is reordered linked list. This question is something like you have been given a linked list in the form like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to reorder it such that the last element comes in front of the first element, and the second and last element comes in front of the second element. So our reordered linked list would be 1, then 4, then 2, then 3.
Okay.
So I have to output this linked list. So he then again gave me another minute or two to just think of some approach. I gave him one approach. He liked that approach, and he asked me to code it.
Okay.
So since it was a linked list question, so it was a bit trickier to code at that very moment because I have to take so many variables and pointers. So when I coded my approach, he asked me to dry run it. So he again gave me a sample test case, and we both started to dry run it on that sample test case. And he gave me suggestions that I have to write comments after every iteration. I should write comments so that the interviewer also get to know what is happening after every iteration of the loop. So in this way, I did the second question also. He asked me the time complexity and the space complexity. So my interview lasted for around 1.5 hours.
Okay. So when you got the result for this round?
So we got the result. I got the result about 1.5 hours that day only. After 1.5 hours that day, that my second round is scheduled the next day.
Okay.
And I got after 15 minutes, I got that my second round is scheduled on that very day, but again it again rescheduled to next day.
Okay. So what about the second round? Again, it's a technical round, and how it went?
Yes, sir. Again, it was a technical round, and one programming question was asked. So the question was to like, can we break a tree into two subtrees having equal number of nodes? Like the count of the node in the both the subtrees should be equal.
Okay.
So in that question, I gave the interviewer one approach. So it was of order n square. So we discussed how this approach would be working on that couple of test cases. And when the interviewer was satisfied, she asked me to write the pseudocode of that question. So when I write the pseudocode, then after she asked me like, can we improve the time complexity of this approach? So I took 2 to 3 minutes, and after that I explained her the time time optimized approach. Then she again we dry run it like how if this would be working, and she was satisfied with my approach, and she asked me to write the full-fledged code problem. And after that I have written the code for it. Then she asked me to like dry run over it couple of test cases, a proper dry run, writing all of the all of the results after each iteration, what would be the result of that particular iteration. and she was asking me to write it on the whiteboard which was being provided.
Okay.
And after that, the interview ended.
Okay. So again, here you have got only one question. So they may have asked completely in and out of what is happening in that particular code,
Yes, sir.
whatever
Yes,
you
sir.
have
Yes,
done.
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So Rahul, in your case, again you got the one question.
No, sir. Again, I got two questions.
Okay.
And so my first question, my interview started again with the brief introduction of mine. Then we shifted towards the coding part. And again, my first coding question was from linked list data structure. But I kept in mind all the suggestions and all the insights which was given to me a day before by the other interviewer.
Okay.
So I applied them in this interview, and the interviewer was very happy with my approach. My question was something like you have to reverse the linked list in k steps. So, for example, I've been given a linked list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and the k size is equal to 2. So, I have to reverse first two elements, that is 1 to 2, it's become 2 to 1.
Okay.
And then I'll ignore the next two elements, 3 and 4. Then I'll reverse 5 and 6. So, I have to reorder, I have to modify the list as this pattern.
Okay.
And then I have to return it. So the interview at the start, when I gave her the approach, she was happy with the approach. She asked me to code it out, but she told me that it will be a trickier question. So it would take time, and it took around 40 minutes to code it because there were a lot of pointers and lot of variables, and it took 40 minutes time. So after I completed this question, she asked me about the time complexities and the space complexity of the question. Then she told me that we have only 10 to 15 minutes left in this interview,
Okay.
and you have to solve the next question within 15 minutes.
Okay.
But I will give you a slightly easier question. So she gave me a question which is you have been given an unsorted array and you have to create a BST out of it. BST is binary search tree, and I gave her an approach which was not creating a balanced BST. So she asked me to modify my approach so that the output is a balanced BST. So I thought about some approach, and then I was a bit stuck over here. So she gave me a hint that you should try to sort the array first, and then I was able to create an approach. Then she asked me to code it out in the next 5 minutes only.
Okay.
So I was a bit in a worried position at that moment, but I coded it out very early, very quickly. And then she asked me to also print the BST that I have formed in a level order traversal form. And then she asked me about the time complexity and the space complexities, and if I had any questions or not.
Okay.
And in this way, my interview got wrapped up in 1 hour.
Okay. So when you are coding it for 40 minutes, whether they are patient enough to look into when you are doing everything, or whether they interrupt at some places.
So my first interviewer interrupted me
Okay.
at every step.
Okay.
He asked me about why I'm using this variable, why I'm not using for loop, why I'm not using this search technique like binary search, why I'm using linear search over here. So he was very into my code at that.
Okay.
At every step, he was with me.
Okay.
But in the second interview, she asked me to just code it out, and after you have done, then we'll try on it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, when they are interrupting, again, it's challenging to answer them and also to continue with your code.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So when you got the result for this process.
So this process took around, because these were 90 students initially for the interview process, so it took around 3 days, and on the 4th day, I guess, we got the result. 3rd day or the 4th day.
Okay. So how many finally got shortlisted out of 90?
So,
Sir?
sir, 34 students were shortlisted for the final.
Okay.
Finalists included 34 students.
Okay. So both of you are basically from instrumentation. So when did you start preparing for this programmings?
Sir, my opinion is even if we are from instrumentation branch, but in our curriculum there were at least one CS subjects in every semester.
Okay.
So we have been taught C language, also DSA in our curriculum. So it helped us to just get the insight what the programming is or what DSA is. Then we continued it on our own. So my journey started from third semester itself.
Okay.
I started learning about C++ and its concepts. Then from the fourth semester, I started DSA, Data Structure Algorithm, from an online course. And I started from very basics. because there is one library and that is named standard template library in C++, and it makes coding very easier for
Okay.
everyone. But the main thing which comes is the implementation which happens behind the scene, like how stack and queue work and how graphs are working, how all the data structures are working. So I started from that part, from the basics. So it took me quite a time. Like all my fourth semester was completely I devoted to this one only
Okay.
about the basics and everything. Then from the fifth semester and sixth semester, I started practicing question on GFG and on HackerRank and on LeetCode also.
Okay.
I gave a LeetCode contest which include 4 questions, and they are very good because they are new questions. They don't repeat the questions again and again. So in this way, it all helped me to crack Amazon.
Okay. So, see, you are saying all the three platforms you have worked, and people are generally confused whether to go with GFG or Lead Code. What's your suggestion there?
For standard questions, or if you're starting from the very basic, or you're in initial stage, you should start from GFG because it contains easy questions as well. It contains standard questions as well, which everyone should do before they jump onto the high level questions, which include the problem solving skills.
Yeah.
Because there are many questions which include only stacks and queues implementations only. Just you have to push element into the stack and then pop it out. So these all small questions you can practice on GFG. Once you are confident enough that now you are able to solve questions which are new to you, then you can jump onto the LeetCode platform. LeetCode platform is a very good for practicing for coding interviews and coding tests.
Yeah. Yeah, Paranchul, when did you start preparing for your coding profile?
Yes, sir. So as Rahul mentioned, we were having C as in our first year. So it gave me the insights of programming and how it works. So after that, major preparation journey started in fourth semester, where I started doing firstly C++, and after that I started doing DSA. And
Okay.
it took me around 6 to 7 months. Like after that, there was lockdown. So lockdown was like I started doing more and more coding questions in that lockdown. And after I was having a basic knowledge of how DSA works, I started doing web development to make a project. I make a couple of projects, and along with doing the development part, I was doing the DSA side by side.
Okay.
But the major pump was given where I like did lot of my work was in the internship period, where the other people were doing the internship, like 2 months of that summer after the third year, 2 months of that summer vacation. So there I solved a lot many questions, and I got to know how the programming and all like enhance my problem solving skills.
Okay. So you have not done any intern there. You actually used that time to practice more questions.
Yes, sir. I would rather say that period was blessing in disguise for me because I was not that very good in coding. I
Okay.
knew like I was able to solve the question, but after that period, I am like more confident to on my coding part.
Okay. You become a pro after summer vacation.
Sir, I won't say pro, but I can now. I have good knowledge of this DSA.
Okay. Okay. So Rahul, whether you have done any internship during that summer vacation?
No, sir, I haven't done during that
Okay.
summer vacation. I did it before the summer vacation. So I did an intern under a private company for a private company which is named KitKat Software Private Limited. It is basically an edtech startup, basically an application on Google Play Store, which provides material for placement preparation and many more stuff.
Okay.
So it was something like the startup was very at the initial stage.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to promote their app,
Okay.
and they wanted something. They were giving out Paytm cashbacks,
Mm-hmm.
like 50 rupees cashback on the complete registration, on the successful registration of a new user.
Okay.
So there was one step like you have to put your ID card on their portal to verify yourself. But people were, as you know, Indians, so they were just putting ID cards, fake ID cards, and just cut paper in the form of an ID card, a rectangular piece of paper.
Okay.
So they wanted something to stop this.
Okay.
So I and one of my friend, we built an algorithm for their product, which would detect and remove fake ID cards
Okay.
for their product. and it included object detection, which would detect person in the image as well as the ID card in the image, and it would try to match that person faces with the ID card.
Okay.
So this I built for them, and I learned a lot through this internship because it was an industrial internship for me. I have learned a lot about object detection, machine learning, but this was a very good project for my learning as well as for my knowledge.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next question. So do you think the department plays an very important role in selection process, not only for Amazon, in any placement process?
So yes, department plays an important role, but the point till the eligibility of that particular department. So like in our case, many of the companies didn't allow IC to sit, being it a circuital branch. So yeah, many companies did not allow certain set of branches. But once the company allows a certain set of branches, then it's completely unbiased. That it's completely up to the person and the skills of that person.
Okay.
Most of the interviewers didn't know from which department we are or even from which college we are.
Okay.
So it just doesn't count in the interviews whether you are from IC or whether you are from CS. You just have to prove it that you are capable enough.
So they don't even know which college you are? Like they must have some idea about it, no?
No,
In-
sir. The Amazon interviewer, like she asked me from which college, from which branch you are. So,
Okay.
So they don't have an idea. So they are just allotted the person. So you have to take the interview of this person.
Yes.
And they.
Oh, I think they must be doing it continuously, day in and day out. So, yeah. Tell us about the projects you guys have worked on.
So, sir, I did a project titled Smart Infant Management System. So, here the task was to create a cradle, automatic cradle, and we have filed the patent. So, yes, sir. So, the interviewer was interested in this project. She asked me a couple of questions, and then she was like, on to the coding question only.
Okay. Ragul, what are the projects you have done?
So right from I studied, I had a great interest in microcontrollers and IoT and machine learning itself. So right from the start of my college life, I devoted time towards learning about microcontrollers such as Arduino, RPi. So I made a few projects including line follower robots and RC bots using the microcontrollers. Then I shifted towards machine learning and deep learning part. So during my fourth semester, I think I started learning about machine learning, what it is, and the theory behind it, the mathematics behind the machine learning. So after doing one course on Coursera and then exploring many datasets during my study, so then I shifted towards making big projects. I participated along with my friends. I participated in hackathons because according to me, hackathons are very good source for finding projects because they are new problem statements, unique problem statements, which you will not find on Google.
Yeah.
So hackathons provided me a very good problem statement, through which I built some projects based on deep learning, object detection, OpenCVs applications, and during 2021 March or April, I was working on machine learning models deployment using Flask and other Heroku services.
Okay.
So I also learned about Flask web development also to deploy machine learning models, and that's it. So.
Sir, adding on to this, like when we are doing development or something like this, so there is a need to, in order to understand these technologies better, we need to develop some or the other project, like whether it be a small project or implement thus the technology which we are learning. It helps the person to understand the technology better.
Yeah, that's true. Rather than simply developing, if we deploy and see, we will get more insight into our work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just
Yeah.
other than theory, we should also develop things. Just small project, whether it be a mini project or a major project, we should make something.
Yeah. So what is the course you have taken in Coursera for machine learning?
So it's a very famous End-to-End machine learning course.
Okay.
And I also bought one Udemy course also.
Okay.
It was more for exploring datasets because there were small projects in that course. So it helped me to learn about different algorithms like k-means, clustering, linear regression, logistic regression. They provided the dataset, and then I tried the dataset on my personal laptop. It helped me to understand the concepts very well.
Okay, fine then. So can you guys suggest some kind of roadmap for somebody who is in the early stage of building his programming profile? What he should do?
Just start from the we are, as we know, like after 12th there is certain set of pressure which we get relieved after the 12th. So I think along with enjoying in college, we should also start doing the coding part, or the part which interests us. Like it should not always be like we have got into Amazon, so everyone should start doing coding. So the person should also start doing the part which is he is interested. I have seen many of my friends doing finance, like started doing finance and started investing in stock market and something like that, and they are going pretty well now.
Yeah.
So, if I talk about this software development side, the person can start start coding in the early stages. It would definitely help him. And after that, if he is able to make good projects, a couple of good projects would be enough.
Yeah. Yeah, Rahul, anything you want to add up to that?
So according to me, he or she should start with learning the basics of anything he or she wants to. It doesn't. It is not required that he or she should start with coding itself. He or she can try many things like app development, web development, and machine learning. But after first year or in the second year, he or she should be confident enough that I am going with this field.
Yeah.
And then in the third year, they should work continuously on that field, and also on data structure and algorithms. They are very important, and CS fundamentals also, because they are OOPS, operating system, code, computer networks, and BMS. These four subjects are very important to grab a job in IT industry.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us, and we at Aim to Crack wish you all the best for your career at Amazon. Hope you both of you get PPO from Amazon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.